Welcome to today's session, and the topic that we are going to talk about is glazing choices for project segments. Thank you for being a part of this session. I hope you are going to enjoy the short session that we are going to have on how to choose products and solutions for your segmental needs when you're designing buildings. Good evening and welcome. I'm Soumya. I have been associated with Saint-Gobain for the past 3 years as their marketing manager. I come with a background of an architecture training and a management practice. Therefore, I think I have sufficient ability to be able to talk to you on this subject. For today's segment, today's presentation, the way I have structured this talk to you is to talk to you on the series of product ranges followed by the segment applications in which these product ranges are suggested. Let's begin. What are the glass ranges available to us in the market today? It's important to know there are two kinds of glass ranges when you talk about high performance glasses. Well, of course, there are the common clear glasses that you see in the market, the tinted glasses which have color, and today a variety of high performance glasses. The most basic segment of high performance glass is what we refer to as online coated glass. What you see on your screen is the functionalities of this basic coating of glass. The online coating was the first technology. It did give performance, but very limited. And it also had very limited aesthetic options because this was a product meant to reach out to the masses. The second kind of glass, and today the product that is really in the market and can actually cater to every single need of yours, is the offline coating products. The offline coating products can give you superior, and when I say superior, far superior energy performance. It can give you limitless options in aesthetics. You can make a green, a blue, a golden, a rose, anything that you think. And it can also be products that are more suitable for value addition in processing. Do you want your glass to be tempered? Do you want it to be laminated? All these glasses yield better to such services. The way the glasses have been developed is on the basis of what I would like to call a series of generations. So let's just say the number of generations of glasses are 6. And I'm going to call them first, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth generation products, which has been developed on the basis of their increasing spectral selectivity. What is spectral selectivity, you may ask? It's the ratio of the amount of light that a glass can let in with the amount of heat that it can let out. It's that ratio that really captures the high performance of glass. Because if you know the performance of the glass is determined by how much light it can let in and how much heat it can cut out, right? So as time progressed, there needed to be a much better selectivity possible in the glass. And when I say high performance coatings, when I say an online and offline coating, what are these coatings? Just imagine a piece of glass that you have, and if you can imagine nanometer thick metallic coatings. When I say nanometer, it's actually several times thinner than even the thickness of your hair. That level of metallic coatings are applied on the glass to give you this superior performance. And it's these metals that allow light and simultaneously cut off heat to give you a high performance glass ranging from the first generation to the sixth generation. So, talking about the first generation product, it was fundamentally developed because we just needed aesthetics. We needed color, we needed reflection. So, the glasses had very basic solar protection properties. They were coated on the line basically to cater to the mass market. And this is also called chemical vapor deposition technology. This particular solution was ideal for the mass market, but really didn't yield to a lot of the other advantages that people were looking for. It didn't yield well to the processing requirements, if glasses had to be value added, if it had to be tempered and laminated, and if the glasses had to be more subtle colored. Well, it wasn't possible because there were very, very limited options that were possible with the CVD technology. From the second generation onwards, we moved on to a much more superior technology which was giving products of a wide range and a variety, which we will talk about. The second generation of products was primarily determined because of form and function. When you see, the first generation had aesthetics, which means it was just determined by color, whereas the second generation, it was more for how much light it could let in, the forms of the building were getting larger, so can I make a more reflective surface? People were looking at other applications of glass, and therefore the glazing industry went ahead and decided to give glass that would just give function. Can it let in with a certain window to wall ratio, with a certain amount of concrete and certain amount of glazing? Can it let in the optimum amount of light for a person inside to work comfortably? So this is the first generation of products among the offline coating technology and the second generation of products overall in the high performance glazing technologies. This was produced on what is called a magnetron coater, which is used to coat the glasses using metallic coatings off the line. This is different from the previous technology of the first generation product because this is called a PVD process, or a physical vapor deposition process, as compared to a chemical vapor deposition process. In this generation, you have over 20 varieties of colors and products because they can be coated on green, blue, bronze, whatever base glass that you have to get more and more better performances. Moving on to the third generation of products. The third generation of products was at this time and age when people were happy with the appearance, aesthetics, were happy with the performance and the form and the function that it was giving, but really started asking for more. When the initial performance really catered to the solar control properties or the direct radiation from the sun, people started getting conscious of the indirect radiation or the requirement for insulation. And therefore, the third generation of products was born. The third generation of products actually gives every user the benefit of both solar control and thermal insulation in a single glazed glass at a price that can be competitive to be utilized in multiple applications. This glass also provides optimum light inside the building, provides sufficient reflections outside to guarantee privacy, and this glass was also available in a wide range of colors. This series of glass was ideal for what we will see today at the end of the presentation, the residential segment, and you will know why. Introducing to you the next generation of products. The fourth generation of products was primarily introduced for thermal insulation properties. With more and more people asking for thermal insulation properties in the building because there was an increased awareness to calculate the insulation properties of the entire building envelope. When you're calculating the entire insulation properties of the entire building envelope, the standard metric that you would use is a U value. And a U value is available for a brick wall or a concrete wall, and therefore there needed to be a glass which was amplifying that U value performance and therefore building an envelope that was sound, that was good, that was giving sufficient insulation for the people residing inside the building. And therefore, the fourth generation of products were born. The way the fourth generation of products is significantly different from its previous generations is, apart from the feature that it gives a significantly better U value, is that this kind of coatings contain a precious metal called silver. The fourth generation product has one layer of silver which amplifies this performance significantly from the third generation and gives a strong solar insulation, thermal insulation property. This glass also improves significantly on the spectral selectivity, like I was talking to you. And of course, what spectral selectivity means is that it can let in way more light and cut out more amount of heat. This glass also has slightly neutral appearance. So if you didn't want a highly reflective glass or you didn't want a very significantly strong color like a blue or a green, you could choose this range of glass, which generally comes in very neutral and subtle shades of grey. And that is what the fourth generation of products are about. Going on to the next generation, the fifth generation of products. Well, the fifth generation of products was really state of the art because it went on from the fourth generation where you had one layer of silver to moving on to depositing 2 layers of silver in that nanometer thick coating that you were having on the glass. When we were able to deposit 2 layers of silver as compared to the first layer of silver, the performance of the product improved significantly. What it also gave is very high spectral selectivity. We were able to let in so much more light and cut out so much more heat with the same base glass. Of course, this glass is also available in a wide range of colors and also boasts of quite low reflections, therefore making your building much more regal and much more sophisticated. The next generation of products is the 6th generation of products. The 6th generation of products has very high selectivity. It's the most recent development in the glazing industry. This is what is unheard of as the triple silver product. Well, of course, triple silver, as the name that goes, it has 3 layers of silver coating within that nanometer thickness of coating that you have on your glass, therefore giving the performance which is unheard of in the market today. This glass can give you up to 70% light transmission and up to 0.3 solar factor, therefore changing the way that you would design facades, therefore allowing you to design more glazing and wider openings, giving you access to the outside world, bringing in more natural light so that the occupants of your building enjoy the best possible comfortable situations.